One of the most popular items this year is the Maningrida fabric collection, original and inspiring designs by artists from the Barbara Women's Centre in Australia's Northern Territory. Today, we're going to show you how to use the fabric by making a simple straight box dress. The essential products you'll need is the Maningrida fabric, a sewing machine, tape measure, pins and scissors. Before you start making your dress, you need to make a pattern. Use these measurements. Start by measuring your hips, halve it, then add 10 centimetres. To determine the length, measure from the top of your shoulder to the desired length, then add 4 centimetres. Measure from the top of your shoulder to your underarm, then add 5 centimetres. Now cut 2 pieces of fabric using the width and the length measurements. For the front, fold one piece in half lengthways, then measure 13 centimetres down the folded line and mark with a pin. Then measure 13 centimetres from the fold along the top edge and mark that with a pin. Draw a slow curve between the 2 points. Then cut along the line through both layers to create the front neckline. You can always adjust the measurements to make the neckline shallower or deeper. Now do the same again using the other piece of fabric for the back, measuring 10 centimetres down and 13 centimetres across. Open out binding with the right sides facing, sewing binding around the neckline of the front piece. Then trim and clip the seams and press the binding inside. Next, top stitch binding in place to finish the front neckline. Repeat the back piece for the back neckline. Now you have to join the front and the back of the dress. With the right sides facing, sew together at the shoulders using a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance. Overlock and press the seams open, then top stitch on each side of the shoulder seam 1 centimetre out. You now have to overlock all sides and bottom edges. Start by making sure the right sides are facing and bottom edges are aligned, then pin sides together. Measure down the sides from the top using the underarm measurements taken at the start and again using a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance. Sew the sides together from this point. If you want a more tapered dress, sew the side seams on a slight angle going down towards the base. Otherwise, press the seams open and press under the seam allowance around the armhole. Then top stitch the armhole hem in place. Repeat on the other side of the dress. Then press a 2 centimetre hem or more if you want to the wrong side and top stitch in place. Now all you have to do is iron your new dress before wearing it. You can always accessorise your new dress with a nice belt that'd match the fabric. How amazing does that look? For more Maningrida designs, get the latest edition of Get Creative magazine.